What's up, Dance Fam? Welcome back to another episode of The Session. We were on break last week due to unforeseen circumstances, but, you know, we'll recap in general how we thought about the first cut round in this episode. So thank you for sticking by and thank you for coming back. As always, I'm your host, Russ, a.k.a. Lock and Robin. And as always, we have here with us Justin Cortez and Eser Valencia.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hi. Welcome back, guys.
Oh, glad to be back.
Good. I'm glad we're back.
Backstreet's back.
All right.
Yeah.
So, like we said, we'll be talking about the cuts, the second round of it, but at the end, we'll briefly talk about the first cuts and just what we thought about it and what we were angry about in general, I guess.
Sure.
But let's hop right into it because we're pretty angry in this round too.
Hop right into it.
Wow. Nice.
Here, let's go.
Let's hop right into the Desi Hoppers. First one's up. Esther, go ahead and take the lead on this one.
Desi Hoppers. These guys are always fun. Always great to watch. Love them. Yeah, their beginning pose always great as usual. You know, like that opening is like they really paint a picture for you. Excellent control. That one section for me with that when they were trying to like slowly get up and like they're just dancing. That part was just amazing to me. I don't know, that the control about that was executed so well. The centipede moment, like
human.
Yeah, the human centipede moment was interesting, but at the same time, like I was glad that Paula like gave him those notes when we saw them, and she was like trying to clarify straddle, really straddle them, and then they were all very very confused.
Oh, easy.
Hey, Paula Abdul, y'all.
Paula Abdul, y'all, mentoring these guys.
Still looks good.
Yeah. Well, for sure. Athleticism so good. The knee drops. I can't.
Jesus.
And as always, the genuine positive energy that they bring to the table too. Like you can't find something like that or just summon it right away. This is just something they have, you know, and it's always good to see.
Cool, Justin.
So everything Eser said, plus I love that they retain their identity while they're giving the audience like an exciting performance. There were some spots where I was like, okay, it might be a little bit messy, but like their character and their costumes were just like on point. Like from the get-go, you were just like, okay, they look like flight attendants or like air or pilots or something like that. Well, pilots, that's probably better. But like Eser touched on this, the opening pose was amazing, but the last pose was also amazing because they ended in another Hindu deity, Ganesh.
Yes.
The elephant.
But according to Neo, did they give me full elephant at the end? Well,
he's not wrong. No,
he's not right.
He's not right either.
No, not at all.
I mean, that's a god.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that's one thing that I love that they bring to the table is that Hindu identity.
Yeah.
You know. And again, I gotta say this, I love their costumes. Like they were just really cool.
Shiny.
Yeah. Very
cool. For me, you guys touched on everything you guys said I have in my notes. But I just really want to emphasize those knee drops, the spinning knee drops. That was really good.
So good.
I almost want to like bite it. Take it.
Russ, your knees, man.
Knee pads. But yeah, that was it.
Knees.
And you touched on this a little bit, but yeah, they just weren't as clean as their normal self. You could always see, well, for me, I could always see one person, not the same all the time, but one person rushing every part, pretty much. So that, for me, kind of took away a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but it took away points for me. So I gave them an 85.
Wow. Yeah. I gave them a 92, based on performance alone, pretty much.
Put them right there at 90 for me.
So halfway. Yeah, they really scored low for me because of the, what do you call it, of their just rushing a lot.
Okay, that's fair.
Because everything else was about the same, I thought, in terms of their set. But anyway, they actually got a 90.7, so Eser had them right on. Anything else about them? That's about it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just sad.
Yeah,
they didn't make it through.
Yeah, they were my underdogs.
I was rooting for them.
That is correct. Right,
as a little nice mix to the culture
That's true. Moving on to Embodiment. I'll start this one off. I like Paula as a mentor.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Because she critiques
she's the real deal.
Teacher.
No, she's the real deal.
She's like, don't mess up. Well, start, do it again.
Yeah.
I was like, geez, no, he's off. I was like, well, I would hate to be in that class,
but still,
or rehearsal, whatever.
But still, it paid off because their performance was really great.
Yeah, it was. Their stage production was really good. It really added to their whole set. I love the song. I love Gravity by John Mayer. One of my favorites. Probably my favorite from him.
It's like a heartbreaking song.
But it's so good.
It's so good.
Their musicality was on point.
Mm-hmm.
They painted really good pictures. And, man, they're just so raw. They're so raw, but I don't know who said it. I think it was Neo. But they can maintain that balance of elegance and masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why can't it be both? Why can't masculinity be also elegant? So, I really like them. I think I just fell in love with their set so much that I kind of overlooked a lot of things, maybe. Because when J-Lo said that she thought that they might have over choreographed it, I kind of had to agree at that point. I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. With that song, because it's such a chill and powerful song, and they were just moving all the time. And I probably have to agree with her.
Yeah. Which was interesting because Derek did touch on it in a different way, saying that they were hitting these syncopations that weren't there.
That's true. Yep.
So which I appreciate, but I think that might have been the part that she would have considered over choreographed.
Yeah.
I would have loved for them to just kind of slow.
Yeah, it's really hit or miss when you add beats that aren't there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, but
sometimes it really has a good effect, sometimes it doesn't.
Sure, for sure. And I'll agree to your guys' comments, but also at the same time, it really was definitely a lot of good moments where they were placing tricks, and it definitely wasn't wasted, because sometimes it's very slippery slope when I see tricks being done, hit or miss as well. So it was very well thought out in my end, and it was great that they took those notes from Paula, those critiques, so that things were just in place at the right moments, very appropriately. I have to agree with Derek's comment about the syncopation and flow of the whole movement along with the song. So it definitely painted a great picture for me, and gave the full value of each movement to each part that they were dancing together with.
Okay, so you kind of lean more towards Derek's appreciation towards it. Okay, that's fine.
I can see both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think one thing that I definitely want to comment on is their facials are always so on. Like even Rudy during an interview is just, his eyebrows are always just
even it's like at the end when the judges are telling them what they thought, he's standing there
dude,
he's ready. He's ready to do something.
Did you just hit a PR in your squat? Good Lord.
So he's always on.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always full out. That's
a good attribute.
That's what you need from dancers.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
No, I'm always off.
Only on for the performance.
Barely, too. So I scored them as one of my highest for the night, actually. Well, I mean, it's relatively high, but I had them going through, top three for the, upper teams.
Yeah.
I gave them a 94.
Wow. I gave them an 88.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same here.
I was leaning towards more of how J-Lo felt.
Yeah. I can see that.
Same here. I gave them an 88 myself.
Okay. I really liked them. I probably just fell in love with the piece so much that I overlooked stuff.
You have a very strong connection with music, so I feel like that definitely.
Yeah. Well, for me, I really like the whole picture of a piece, because when it comes to music, I like to see how other people interpret it, but I also I don't know. It's just a whole feeling about it, I guess. It's hard to judge a feeling, or
you were just totally gravitated toward it, weren't you?
I get it.
Yeah,
gravity.
It embodied you.
I think Derek said that.
Yeah, he did.
Hey.
And then they were like, ah!
He like kicked and his eyebrows are still like on. He's death gripping the microphone.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for that. Like it's
Is it still working?
I can like vividly see him. Like, man,
poor guy though, man. I was really upset that he didn't get through.
I know.
They didn't get there.
Man, he was the most emotional about it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was the toughest for him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure they all took it.
Yeah.
Moving on to Lock and Lull. They were montaged, unfortunately, which means they didn't make it through. And they were one of my picks for the top 3. I think I was just being really hopeful.
Yeah, you know, you want to be represented.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The only thing I really said about their set, because they really went back and forth between it, I like their outfits.
Always the outfits.
They've been hitting so well with their outfits every week that we've seen them.
Because, you know, we always, I don't know, like when we teach also, like we mentioned, like costumings also give you that mood to be present in that
really
dance
does.
too.
It's like how like cosplaying.
Yeah.
Like you embody that. You lock down your character and then you lull about it.
Lol.
Anyway, that's it for me about them. And you guys, they didn't make it through. They had an 86.7.
I wasn't ready because like I was like I literally sat there watching and I was like, wait, it's back on.
I was ready, and then they just yanked it away from me, and I got we got really upset.
I bet you did.
Screaming at the TV.
Hey, come on! I hate you!
Just and give my son my lifesaver.
Sorry. Let's move on.
Moving on.
The Bradas, they were also montaged.
Yeah.
The only thing I really said about them was that their outfits were cool too.
They're very Maori and like inspired.
Yes. New Zealand, right?
Oh man, that was I need to go back and watch their set because just for the costumes.
They also didn't make it through at an 89.
It's tough out here.
Yeah, was
tough,
a tough
crowd.
day.
Yeah,
tough day.
Well, we're not at the tough part yet.
I know, dude. The juniors were worse.
Yeah, it really was.
But
we'll get there. We'll get there. All
right, moving on to Connection. Eser, go ahead and take this one.
All right, Connection. Yeah, these guys got a little more spirited in their set. Definitely that one moment that they just had that breakdown, or like they had that the moment for the trio in the middle. That was so good for me. I was just
loose
like,
legs.
Yeah, the loose legs, and it was just like a little bit of that.
The Latin flair.
That Latin flair, that's the term. I was just like, yes.
When you feel it, you feel it.
Yeah,
man.
you feel that. Oh, intention. I love their intention in their set. It was just so purposeful, and they just knew what they wanted to do and executed so well. Yeah, I wrote here on my notes, they were in sync with their music choice, making it come to life, enhancing overall performance, and engage the audience so well. Yeah, I couldn't have written it better myself. So it was just like,
you did write it.
I know. There was no more that I couldn't write it like write anymore. It's just I was just in the moment, just writing my notes.
You wrote it. I can't write that any better.
But yeah, personality was just so
stuck
good.
in a time loop though.
Justin.
Oh man, super clean performance. Told a great story about breaking out. Like, you know, they talked about it in their montage, but I feel like even without that, I still would have been able to figure out like what it was that they were doing, loosely, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, and Eser talked about those loose legs with that Latin flavor. I had it written down. Was just a joy to watch.
Yeah, for me. That was their best part.
Yeah, but I like that they like use that back part of the stage. You know, I'm always a fan of when people use that back part
because the whole stage
it's different.
Being stuck in that little circle. I mean, and it worked for their set too. Like, you know, kind of it's more like breaking in, but yeah, no,
out in.
They were my biggest disappointment in terms of not getting through. No, because like I really thought that they were gonna get it with the quality of the performance.
They were close.
They were very close.
It was a good fight.
They were 0.4 off from making it.
Shoot, that's tough.
Yeah.
God dang.
For me, everything you guys said, however, from the beginning, there was this one. Right in the beginning, there's a dude, the first dude who does like a backflip or flips to the back. Didn't land it on time with the music, so I was like, not a good start. What I did like though is right after that, because they all started doing choreo while moving forward towards the stage.
That was so good.
I'm a huge fan of like that fluid movement, and with the camera there, it's kind of like a first person point of view, POV. However, right after that, they kind of let the energy die for me, because they kind of stopped and then just like started doing some slow movement. For me, like, I wish they just kept that energy going.
That intensity.
Yeah. Because like it was just super intense that they were just like doing choreo while going towards the camera, and then they just stopped and then they like did some kind of slower motion movement. I wasn't sure what they did. I don't remember what they did, but I just remember that the energy died and I didn't like it too much. Or I wish they didn't do it. Yeah, they were super. After that, they were pretty clean. It looked really good, and then they got to that Latin loose legs thing, and felt good.
It felt so good.
It was good.
There was one part where they did like waving moves, like waving out and then back in. It didn't look as good because I don't think that's their particular strong point. So I was like, maybe they shouldn't do waving moves when they're competing against someone like Poreotics, who is
their thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's their thing, but it's also the judges will know what to look for when they do that certain move, because if they do it better, then they know that this team doesn't do it as well. So they probably shouldn't be doing that, unless they do it better. That's about it for me. But like, I had more positive notes than negative ones. You just said them all, or both of you said them all. I gave them an even 90.
Same.
91.
Good job, Eser.
Yeah. Thank you. We're all pretty right there. Thank you.
This one I'm not. The next one I am not right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Poreotics.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
I was about to
Okay, so like, starting to realize. Well, I should have already known this, but just like, if you can make me laugh, I'm there. Like, I'm just there. Like, so like from the get, like Eser actually was like, I wonder if they're gonna say something about jelly donuts. And as soon as he said it, they took the clip
right on that money.
They took the clip of I guess it was Derek
it was Derek.
Yeah, and I was like, man,
I do remember that.
He just said it, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we were laughing from the get go, like, man, these trolling MFers.
I was dying. Man.
Yeah. The entertainment factor was amazing. The moments are great. Vanessa Carlton for the win.
Golly.
That's how I
gave me that White Chicks vibe, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that they were better about using their stage. I mean, they're definitely very, dead on, but they have just like, they know how to put on like a fun show. And I think for me, I would rather have fun at a show than be like blown away, which in turn is already blowing me away. So like, they brought back their butterfly thing. I've seen them do that before, like the Other World of Dance and everything. So, I loved it, and I'm glad that they kind of got through. But they have an uphill battle to fight now.
Maybe. Go ahead, Eser.
Yeah, I was just taken over from the beginning with the flying donuts in the background, and I was just like, these guys, I hate them so much, but they're so freaking entertaining. I was just really distracted, and I couldn't really focus on the dance because like the comment that I made before they started dancing just took over my whole thought process. But from what I could tell, well, I really tried to focus already because it was a good switch for like that transition from using that background clip in their song to Vanessa Carlton. That was kind of surprising. Like, I wasn't expecting that, and I think they're really good at that. They're able to throw you off and not predict what's gonna happen in their next like section of their set. So good job on them. There were some other good surprises I can't really remember, but the visual aesthetics, the way they present themselves doing those, like the butterfly, and then at the end, the flowering effect. Oh my god!
The sunglasses.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
It really was. So overall, clean and intricate. They know and can harness those particular skills. But again, I have to agree with you too about the use of the stage. I still wish that they used more of it, because I like for many performers, they they do focus on performing just for the judges, but they do have to remember they have a whole audience, and a lot of other groups do well about using what they have around them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Exactly, because I feel bad for anyone standing behind them.
Yeah,
who can't see the pictures that they're painting. That being said, man, you guys always take the good things. You should always go first. Yeah, I love the call out.
It's your show.
I know, right? I do love the call out that they did on Derek. You notice that the audience also had glow sticks.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, is that cheating? When you have the audience working for you now too?
They thought outside the circle.
Maybe I don't even
box.
I didn't even see that coming either.
Yeah, so like, I'm not sure if it's part of the stage production, so I don't know if they had any say in it. They were just using glow sticks themselves. But that part was kind of an ode to Terry Crews during, because like, you know, with the whistle.
Yeah.
Yes.
His dancing thing. So that was.
I didn't notice.
I didn't catch that.
Oh man, you're awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
So I really appreciate that. This the whole Vanessa Carlton thing. So I love that, but I kind of liken this set to like a longer, but more of a, but better done like Beat Action Concrete cuts performance, because like Beat Action Concrete, their problem, like we mentioned last or that we talked about, was that it looked disconnected. Like they're here and they're going to do a thing. They're here and they're going to do a trick. They're here and going to do a trick. Poreotics, they just did, trick to trick to trick. They didn't really move anywhere. Like what we've been saying, they don't really utilize the stage very well. But they just did trick to trick to trick. However, they did do the transitions a lot better between them. So it looked way more fluid. It's just that, I don't know. There just wasn't much substance there, I guess, in terms of an overarching set. Like, what would you call that set?
Troll.
Vanessa Carlton?
Yeah.
I mean, why?
There's a lot. I guess I see what you're saying. There's like a lot of things that they tried to just pack into one.
Yeah, and I get why.
Yeah.
And it worked. Like, props to them. Like, it worked. I just, if I'm going to look at this at like every other set, then that'd be my critique about that. But I did give them a 91, so.
You're right on the money.
Yeah.
I give them a 97.
Jesus. Almost perfect.
I really loved their set.
Gee.
They made me laugh. Like I said, man, I'm like I don't know what it is. Like,
you have a weak point.
I do. That's my weak point. Like, if you can make me go.
You're biased.
I think so, yeah.
Eser?
I gave them a 97 as well.
See? It's not just me.
It was
you both were together and laughing, though.
That's fair.
That's true. It enhanced the.
Maybe you would have given them higher if you were with us.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know how I am.
Yeah.
Russ will zip up himself in a bubble and just write notes.
Well, like when I'm watching something, I'm usually like this. No, I mean like. So for those watching, usually I'm just like I'm concerned about it, or I'm just really trying to understand what's going on until they do make me laugh, but then I go beyond that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. So they actually got a 91.7 and they made it through.
They did.
Next up was the underdog and the twist, the plot twist.
Plot twist.
The Ruggeds. I was super surprised that they made it through. I didn't score them as high as the judges did. I don't know what they were watching. I'll start with this one.
They're first place.
They got first place. They were not clean.
They were not.
They weren't together.
No.
With the ripples, like the constant ripples.
Yeah.
Yes, it was cool.
Yeah.
But it was not clean.
Yeah.
Lots of guys were going together at the same time, more than once. Their tricks are fine. They were always great. They're always good with the tricks. It's just really hard, or difficult for b-boys to dance together because everyone breaks differently.
Yeah, they all have like their own individual style, their groove.
Yep, exactly. So it's like I'm not saying it's going to be easy for them, but they do need to dance together, and it just wasn't.
Yeah, but much more choreography than
than the previous.
It didn't look like it was just a bunch of.
This was the best.
Yeah.
This was the best they've done
for sure.
But they beat Embodiment, so
that's
the biggest question of the
night.
day.
Justin.
You pretty much touched on everything. Like, I thought that they definitely packaged this one better than their previous performances, and like you said, like there was much more choreography than their previous ones. Also, was that enough for them to get through? I don't think so.
No way,
but,
man. No.
You know, I mean, I would much rather have seen Connection.
I would put them over that, yeah.
Like, a Connection's performance was just so... I thought it was much better. So, I don't know. And, even Desi Hoppers, I enjoyed their performance better than the Ruggeds. So, that's where I'm at. Not to say that they're not good. They had a lot... They had moments.
I just thought they were too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just as confused, too. Like... After seeing the scoring and then comparing it with Desi Hoppers as well as Connection, I was just like, I'm so conflicted of how or what these judges are watching. Maybe it's something they feel. I don't know what it is, the hype. But no doubt the Ruggeds did a lot better than the previous rounds. They are cleaner, but they still weren't the cleanest. I don't know. It did get repetitive for me when they started doing the ripples. It was like, okay, they did 2. Oh, they're doing a third one. Maybe it was just too much at a third one.
Oh, you didn't
already.
like it?
It was good, and then it was like, oh, they're doing a third one.
I think they did like 4, actually. I think they went back and forth at least twice.
It was like, okay, let's put something in here. Oh, we can do like 4 different ripples of different moves. Okay.
I mean, everyone loves a good ripple, just not one right after another.
Exactly. Like, you got to space it out. But anyways, they did what they did. They're still amazing dancers. They're good with their techniques, but it was very distinct, and I could pinpoint each b-boy out. I was just not like pinpointing, meaning like you can tell the difference. They still weren't together because you can't help it. They're individualized dancers. B-boys are very individualized. So.
Yep. Incredible. I have no idea how they got through. No idea.
Yep.
And like Connection or Embodiment didn't. Like how they,
yeah. Someone gave them money.
I gave them an 87.
I gave them a 90, which is higher than what you said, but lower than what the judges gave them. Like.
Yeah.
Definitely lower.
That's right.
Yeah, same with me. I gave them a 92 also.
Okay.
But I don't know what the judges were seeing though.
Man, they were. I wouldn't even. Man, I did not give them. Got me all worked up. All right, let's move on.
Anyways,
S rank, on point as always.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Clean,
I had clean as always is what I said. Their stage production was really good. So I don't know who does the stage production, but props to them, whoever those producers are.
Yeah.
The best part for me was that ripple when they did like freeze frame for every move in that sequence and then reversed it. And he
retrograde.
Oh, yeah,
that was
that's hard, dude.
What the hell?
Because it's tough. So props to them. That was really creative and really executed really well. That's about it. There's not much to say because they do this every week or every time they're on.
Very consistent. Talking about J-Lo's comment about wanting Melvin to be in the front the whole time. Like, I get it. He's the choreographer. He's really good, like extremely good. Yeah. But like, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that he's fine with being in the back. Because, like,
it's not called Melvin and the S rank.
Marissa
Heartbreakers.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Like, I don't understand that. Like, why? Like, I get that probably her attention is on him for most of the performance.
Yeah, well, she's used to like
being front center. Oh, it's just not. Everything she says is like,
not everybody.
It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not always about you.
And then I get really mad when I actually agree with her. That's the part that gets really frustrating.
Does that make me a bad person now?
Guilty by association. Anyway, yes, sir.
You've all said it, nailed it on the head. These guys are just good. The one thing that you didn't mention that I still kind of freaked out about is that the girl that was front and center that like broke her arms. Yeah,
that was really cool.
Like that semi contortionism that she did up there. Like,
it's not even like,
I don't know if I should say it's contortioning.
You're either double jointed or not.
Yeah, they're double jointed.
She literally just
she just just
like
did something with
a little bit.
Yeah, she just like lifted her arm and just like bent it up this way.
There you go. Just
there.
A little bit of flair
Russ is
there.
doing it.
but more so.
Yeah.
Look at how much I can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, Justin can't because he has a lot of muscle, but then you see Russ's and it's just like
Thanks,
up
man.
there. You're welcome. But
Thanks, man.
you're welcome. But yeah, I think it was a good like up front and center kind of moment for her, and just good to exhibit that kind of talent. So
I've never seen it, so it was cool.
Really?
I've never seen anyone do that. Like,
and like
yeah,
and then
just
groove with it.
just groove with it.
So yeah, that was good. I give him a 92.
I gave him a 90.
Gave him a 90.
Okay, what you scored? No, you scored him as the same with the Ruggeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess you shouldn't be so surprised.
I think they're just like they haven't done anything that's like
exactly.
No,
It wasn't. It didn't change the game for me when I just watched them this round.
Not at all. That's why I liked Embodiment, because like I don't know, it was just
they embodied something.
It really did. Okay, so going through our Poreotics S rank and the Ruggeds.
Talk about the last three taking all the spots.
I know, right?
Oh, true, they were the last three. That's not cool.
Knocked everyone out.
Knocked
Especially Desi Hoppers.
Poor guys.
Man, I could understand them really well, and still the
subtitles.
The subtitles are
Yeah.
still on the bottom.
Oh boy. All right, let's move on to the junior division.
Oh boy, this is
Starting
brutal.
up, Josh and Taylor. Actually, before I even get there, the mentor Mel B. I guess she's seen being on AGT. She sees a lot of performances and knows kind of what to look for, but she does not know how to give any critiques.
No,
like at all.
She's like the J-Lo of the guests.
It's true. Because like, if I ranked the mentors, I would put Julianne Hough first, Paula second,
for more than one reason.
Paula second, Savion third. Like he didn't really do much, but he at least had a lot of good pointers.
Yeah, he did.
And then Mel B last. Why was she even there? It's like not good tips at all.
Same network. It's all about that money.
She was so bad. Neil was giving better critiques than her. That's bad.
It's really bad.
What is the world coming to?
All right, moving on. Moving on, Josh and Taylor. Why doesn't Josh ever get to talk? Like he does not talk. It's always Taylor talking.
Yeah, it's probably like a Dynamite thing.
Maybe Taylor.
Shout out to Dynamite.
The only words I ever heard him say were the last words they ever got to say, and he said like "thank you" or something like that, or something like that. So he never gets to talk.
He's like a fiend on the mic.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
But for the actual set, they weren't together as they usually are.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
they seemed way more disconnected than they usually did in their past two performances. They looked like they were great partners to each other before in their previous two sets, but this time they kind of looked like they were just going through the motions of dancing with each other. They even said it in their pre-roll thing, saying that, the judges praise us that we on the fact that we can tell stories really well, and they could. They had a lot of good sets, and they were able to tell these stories. But going into their set now, they didn't really have a story. There were a bunch of squares on the floor and around.
Yeah,
and not really much of a story to tell, so I don't know why they did that. That was kind of
distracting.
Not even distracting. It was just kind of like, what are they doing? It didn't have much there. The focus was too much on the stage production than it was on the actual dance.
That's fair. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, that's about it for me. Justin?
Probably my biggest disappointment tonight or last night was I've loved them since like their very first performance. I thought that they've always been very good together.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really. It was a cute performance. I mean, they talked about it being like a date. I don't know, but it was kind of loose.
They were playing Foursquare or something.
Yeah,
it didn't read so well.
And I wrote down it wasn't their best performance, and I was really disappointed just because like I expected so much more from them. Everyone's always harping about having like this is the next round, so we got to really bring it. I thought that they just kind of
they blew it.
Yeah, they didn't. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Eser?
It's unfortunate for on my end too when I was watching them, because I had an expectation of them, and this definitely wasn't their best or even a step up from their previous round. Like, I don't know, it was just there. It was just flatlining for me. They like right from the beginning. I was waiting for something better out of them. I think they were, again, I just want to reiterate, they were too focused, I guess, on the set itself rather than the dancing. I think they were just that note that they got from Neo when they were in the back getting those critiques. I don't know, it just didn't do enough for me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the name of the game right here. So
but I don't know if me personally, there was one section that I thought that they could have done, like maybe house, like a house movement.
I don't think they know what that is.
I know.
Actually, I think nah, never mind. I don't even want to say it.
Okay.
I give them an 83.
I gave him 85.
I gave them an 86.
No, they actually got an 85.3, so you guys were right around there. All right, moving on. Not much there. But the juniors, the judges were pretty tough on them.
They were hard.
Brutal.
They were so hard on them.
I wish they were like this from the get-go.
I know,
actually,
right?
Because then, this would have been way better.
Mm-hmm.
Next up was my heartbreak of the night, Victoria Caban.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
She was montaged. But from what we saw, it just didn't look anywhere up to how her previous two were. Kind of like how Josh and Taylor kind of blew this. She kind of did the same. Just was not as good. But she's always so poised.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
she holds herself well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, even walking on, she just has that presence.
Good sportsmanship.
Yeah. So she got an 85.3. She actually tied with Josh and Taylor.
This is good. This answered a question for me on what happens with ties.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if the top
four?
Yeah.
Wow. Top four.
Do they all move on?
I think they fight physically.
Is it a knife? Is it a knife fight?
I don't know who'd win.
Moving on up to Jonas and Ruby. I actually, I don't want to start this one, but I actually forgot they were even part of the juniors. I was like, who? Oh, right. Them.
The dad.
Yeah, the dad.
Yeah, the
dad.
The dad.
Eser, go ahead and take this one.
Yeah, it was definitely the Matrix in the background over there. Come on, man. Great costuming, and like their overall just like performance was giving me something different. Like I was glad that they were taking it differently with their music selection as they were doing ballroom. So it's always nice conceptually to fuse like different things together and like just see how it plays out. Excellent footwork, energy, and I felt like near the end when they were doing the light show, if I want to say, like it felt a little distracting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I actually am gonna disagree with you on that. That rear stage that they used, like, I thought it really accentuated their movements really well. Not we've seen, with Josh and Taylor, like they were using too much of the screen and it just didn't work. But their movements were just like so strong, and their feet articulation was so great. Like I wasn't distracted by the screens. I thought that it really kind of augmented their performance. And I thought it was a really strong performance. Like, man, they were fire. They were so confident. Their ending move was just like, look, I'm here. Put us through. And
Feast your eyes.
Anyway, I also had this one question because they were like, when they were practicing in the back, I was like, is Jonas's hair always like that? It's always slicked back.
Oh, yeah.
Like
he doesn't want to get in the way.
Even in practice, man. Like
practice how you're going to perform, right?
I guess. I don't know. I would be a little bit more like, whatever.
He doesn't want to get in the eyes. I mean, he's on camera, so you gotta.
That's fair.
You gotta look good, man.
Yeah.
Look good.
So just to touch on the whole stage production thing, like the difference between Josh and Taylor's was that their set depended on the stage production, and it still wasn't good. Whereas like Jonas and Ruby, like the stage production is supposed to, bring something else in addition to. It's supposed to complement the performance to dance. So I did like the stage production here. It was borderline almost too much, but I thought it was okay. Before they even started, before I even knew what their theme was, I was like, "Are they Power Rangers?" Got the pink, and the black.
That's legit.
I liked what he was wearing. It kind of reminded. So what he was wearing actually looked like. I used to do martial arts, and that's what the black belts wear during their performance, demonstrations and stuff.
Gotcha. In terms of critiques, I didn't like the song choice actually for them.
Fair.
I did like it for the second half. For the first half, it just what they were doing did not seem like the song was the right choice for it. I almost thought it was like the wrong song at some point. But then it really picked up at the end, and it just felt right after. So I said it was better in the second half. Their first half was just really odd for me. I gave them an 85.
I gave them a 92.
Gave them a 93.
Didn't go through. I think they had 88.3.
Yeah. Judges were pretty hard.
It was actually the highest so far.
Yeah.
So good on them for now. Madison Brown next up. Montage again.
I know.
Again.
Wait,
I think she was montaged 3 times. No, we saw her in her qualifier.
Yeah, we saw her in the beginning.
Yeah.
But not these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I didn't really get to see much, but she had an 85.7, so...
I should go back and watch this.
I can't believe she's 12.
She's 12?
She's 12.
Jesus.
She has such
it's not even fair.
It's not to be that good a dancer at that age.
Yeah.
What?
And she's I thought she was incredible.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
We talked about watching it. I think we were just tired.
Yeah.
So we man, the way that her extensions, her leg extensions, her pamas and everything, it's just they're so beautiful. And she has so much control for a 12-year-old. She dances like an adult. So it's a shame that they didn't show
It
they
really
didn't showcase
is.
that.
It's a shame they don't showcase everybody.
No.
So it sucks.
Because I remember in the very beginning, I thought she would be the one contending against Eva Igo.
True.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit.
But then there was also Jaxon Willard.
Then
we will get to him.
Yeah, then he came through, and then there was Michael Debesky.
Michael Debesky.
Come on, man.
Hashtag Michael Debesky.
Debesky. Debesky.
All right, let's move on to Sean and Kaycee.
Sean and Kaycee.
Shout out to Mel B for putting Sean on blast, calling him out about whether he liked her.
In his head, he was probably yeah.
It's there's something there. Yeah. She doesn't know.
It was cute.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cute.
Yeah. The stage production here was great. Really complimented their set really well with the light bulbs, and at the end when the light actually came through. I thought sealed the deal there. As a choreographer, you can really see that Sean understands how Kaycee moves and to the extent of how she can move and her capabilities. Because everything it just looked catered to her pretty much.
It's all about her.
Yeah. That being said, usually it's how it is with their previous 2, or no, at least with their cut set. It was she really outshines Sean pretty much. But with this one, he really holds his own. You can it's the first time for me that you can really see that Sean is also a good dancer in addition to being a choreographer. So props to him for that. And the story was great and the musicality was on point. Probably one of my favorites of the night. Maybe my second favorite behind Jaxon. Justin?
We'll get to him. I agree, man. Everything you said, it's a beautiful piece. There was a moment where it kind of looked like Sean slipped on his barrel turn.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
But he recovered so well that you could I think just because during practice he hits a really high barrel turn.
Right, that's what it's called.
And then when they did the performance, he hit a lower, and then actually rolled on the ground, and I was like, did he just fall? I'm gonna say no.
I don't think he fell, but it looked tighter.
Yeah. Their connection is amazing. There's something to be said. There's something to be said when you can still. They didn't face each other for the entire first third of the performance, and you could still kind of feel like it felt like she was just staring him in the face. And that was something to be. That just
they were blindfolded in their qualifier.
Oh my god, I forgot about
man,
that.
they're these stories, man.
They know each other so well.
Yeah, I mean, you could really just feel their chemistry. I loved everything about it. I honestly, what if they didn't turn on the light at the end and like did the thing like from what's that movie with the top?
Inception.
Yeah, if they did that to me, I wouldn't have been mad just because it would have made me laugh.
It just took too long to turn on, didn't it?
Yeah,
they're like
they looked at it for a good while until it turned on. It's like, hey, up in the booth, turn on the light, turn on the.
Yeah. This is actually, to be honest with you, this is the first time that I've noticed like how amazing she is.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she's outshined him
Yeah,
every time.
I think so too.
I think for me personally, like I focused on him because I knew he was a choreographer. So like I think that was just my, I'm my bias thinking that the choreographer is going to do it better. Sorry, but she was just fantastic, and they have a good chance.
That's probably why you didn't pick them.
Probably.
Eser.
Best to describe in 2 words, this performance was just imaginative and whimsical.
Oh, whimsical.
Yeah.
Good word.
Whimsical.
Whim.
Like Cool Whip. Anyways, yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. Those are just the words. And you guys already covered everything else about them. And I loved seeing Sean just do his thing, as well as like have Kaycee just perform it out as well. Definitely when they were that was the best few moments of their set, just facing away from each other and just how that's it.
I think my favorite part of the whole set was when they were facing each other, but then like he like reaches out, Plum comes back, goes into her, comes back again, and then their chests come together and they reach past each other.
Oh man,
I thought that was a really strong picture.
And then they took that moment for you to kind of like realize what just happened.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
Exactly.
So
good.
Yeah, he really
so good.
Great choreographer. He really knows how to paint like his canvas that is dance. I gave him a 95.
I gave him 93.
Gave him a 95.
Come on, Justin.
Sorry, I was closer though.
Oh, so you're right. They got a 92 only because Neo.
I know. Come on, Neo.
Scored them so low in 88. I said my comment at the end. The hell was Neo smoking?
Neo, I need you to show your work. Where did you take off points?
Neo, you're the one that helped them with this, didn't you?
Yeah, he meant to. Whatever. So
Smell be in disguise.
So that was that. They, I think, were number 1 for now.
They're number 2
because they got a 92.
Yeah,
yes, on average. Should have been like a 94-ish.
I would say so.
Dang it, Neo.
Moving on to Avery Marcus. They were kind of montaged.
A little bit.
A little bit of a montage.
A little bit.
Eser, go ahead and take this one.
Yeah, from what I saw, I said it looked like they were Grease inspired, like maybe just based off the costuming. They were really playing out the characters and just going about their set. Very complimentary movements to one another. I did like the execution of the turns and dips that they were using while they were performing their ballet set. So, yeah.
Justin?
Not as good as their last.
Yeah.
I felt a lot of disconnection with their movements. I thought the movement didn't really match the music. I thought that Marcus wasn't a very good Zuko. So, like it just was kind of awkward for me, like especially the end with the
that's true.
I was like, why? So and it sucks because like they were the ones that knocked out Eva Igo.
I know,
and that's obviously what people are going to always say.
Scripted, man.
Yeah.
Scripted.
But geez, man, like I expected so much more from them.
The show's rigged.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Tu chanter?
Say du chanty? For me, things that are good. They are very mature movers.
Yeah.
They way beyond their years. So, I mean, we've said it from the beginning, from the start. They're really good. But yeah, I think it was sloppy. Like you said, it was disconnected a lot. They didn't really seem like a pair, actually. I think she's adorable. She has a lisp that's really
from her braces or something, or spacer,
something. Yeah. So I thought she was adorable, and then they get to a part where she like looks at the camera or the judges and kind of like starts to grind her hips. I was like, no,
you stop that!
Too young.
Stop it, because she's adorable. And then she starts dancing sexy. I'm like, no, which is funny, just because. I mean, there are other.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I think her in particular, though.
Yeah, it's the lisp, I think. But. Yeah, I was really, really disappointed. I thought they were going to really show something better than what they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gave them an 85.
85.
What? Was this the first time?
Turkey!
That was really weird for me. Turkey.
And they actually got an 85.3.
Woo!
So
85.3.
What do we win?
Another boat. Another beer.
I'll go for the high score.
What do I get? Another beer.
Another beer.
Moving on. Charity and Undress. It was kind of cool seeing how they messed up a lot during their routine. Their rehearsal, at least.
Yeah. Bring them back down.
Yeah. Knocking down a peg from their 100.
Yeah, I know. Living up to it, but nah.
But they still did great.
They
still did great.
I think they did well.
That's the problem with getting like such a high score, even the perfect score. Now you have like a bar that you always have to either meet or go beyond. And I totally understand why they felt the way they felt. It's hard to not feel that way when the pressure is on you.
Yeah.
To be the first and only person or group to get a perfect score.
I know.
But when it comes to their set, they did great. Their musicality was on point as usual. They know how to tell a story really well, as usual. The transitions were great. They're really good about their transitions. It's, really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
And when she jumped off his shoulders from standing up on his shoulders to jumping up, and then he has to catch her, she is like pure muscle.
Yeah.
So I would drop her in a heartbeat. I'd be like, ah!
You would have dropped off the jump.
Ow, my shoulder.
Was ready.
So, props to Andres for just being super strong. Like, in all the tricks and lifts that they perform, to look that effortless, like, you have to be really physically capable of doing that, which is really strong. So, props to them. Eser, let's go to you.
I really love their performance quality. It's so unmatched with everybody else. I haven't seen that kind of quality of performing throughout the entire night. But yeah, definitely that perfect score. It definitely was something of a lot of pressure on both their ends because they have a reputation. They definitely have to live up to it. But I don't think that should deter them from what they're actually supposed to be doing at that moment because it's a higher stakes round.
Yep.
So I still think they did really good, even though it wasn't matching their cuts round. But yeah, definitely the standing on the shoulders moment was a risk that had to be taken. It was necessary, and they were able to succeed. So good for them.
Yep, Justin.
So, I kind of want to talk about their theme, that ocean lighthouse theme. I thought that throughout the entire performance was well preserved. I actually kind of likened it to a man that's in love with water or in love with the sea, because the way she was moving her body was very wave-like.
That's true. I can see that.
Man, so much body control, and like the way that he like uplifted her and was like kind of praising her throughout the entire thing. That's what was kind of making me think like, okay, I think that she's an embodiment of of the sea, and he is the lighthouse.
Nice.
Watching it, so that's kind of my take on it.
I like it.
And again, they just have such great chemistry together. He is strong AF.
Yeah.
Like just the way that he like carries her so effortless. Like the first lift, I was like, okay, that guy's strong. But
nope, he's
his
much
face
stronger.
Is always
just,
composed.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the other people that are like.
Like Luca.
Oh, poor Luca.
She's so heavy. But yeah, man, like they're still up there for me, man. Like
they are
so good.
They're good.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're going on.
Yeah.
That's what
I give them a 95.
I give them 94.
Giving them 92.
Whoa.
Eser was closer.
Yeah.
Only because Neo
because Neo did again.
89.
Jeez. And Derek gave him a 96. There is a disparity in like
Yeah. JLo was like, I'll go halfway.
Yeah.
93.
You know, whenever
work this out.
his score goes up, she kind of goes like this. She goes,
Yeah. Or whenever a score isn't the same as hers,
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
She's like,
Or when either of them say anything, she's just like, it's
shadiest of them all.
JLo. So they got a
This is my show.
92.7. Neo just low scoring again. All right, moving on to the best of the night, I have to say.
my goodness.
Maybe not to the judges, but Jaxon Willard. Justin, why don't you go first?
Man, this was a huge change from his previous two performances. Huge. So like,
Huge.
Nope. Not gonna go there. His first two performances were so. They were about his story of overcoming things like being bullied, things like that, like his internal processes, like being timid but also very powerful. Like to see that change in him, to see a much more confident dancer, like it accentuated his strength, and it just, I thought I was watching someone completely different.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. I almost was like, Demeski who? Like almost.
True. No, true.
Yeah, because I was just like, he is also so, but he can flip out of nowhere with his dancing.
Just from standing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay, cool. I can't do that.
Almost no prep.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's very, and like I said, like, it's very different from his previous performances. And like, they have a limited amount of time to get these sets together. So he did, like, Neo commented, like, you're not prepared. Like, it's very short. And I was worried. I was genuinely worried. Like, he's got a couple days to get this together. I think that was the misdirect, though, because man, what a great performance. Like, his best so far.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, my gosh.
Eser.
Full transformation. The man just went like Ultra Instinct or something in there, because he definitely
No spoilers.
he owned himself, like, and owning up to everything about him since the previous sets he put on. Like, it was definitely a transformation. You see him like actually the origin, and then where he was going, and now this is him. I think the push that he got from Neo in backstage before he completed this set was necessary. Good for him. He definitely took it to heart and just really blew everyone out of the water. Like, the confidence and just bringing out his inner self, like his true self, was really present. Loved it. Like, great on you, Jaxon. I praise you, man. That was just really good.
Yeah, for me, I could not get past the whole character change that he pulled. Not that like I didn't agree with it. Like, it was so beyond me, like how completely different he was, but still, I kind of compared it to like Superman, Clark Kent, Superman. You can tell they're the same person, but two different people, and like you can see like a powerhouse of Superman in him, but his movements are still the same Jaxon that we know. This like just a Clark Kent of it all. So, man, fantastic. My one worry about him, why I didn't have him as like a front runner, was that I was really worried that he wouldn't know how to emote any other way besides, being sad pretty much. Because his past two were just about, the struggles that he's been going through. So, major props to him for being able to pull out this different emotion, this rawness about him, this power, just the powerhouse inside of him. His musicality and interpretation of the song were probably one of the best I've seen on the show, actually. And then the technique, obviously, is pretty much it's always on point. So, great job. I give him a 98.
I gave him a 93.
Damn. Gave him a 92.
I guess, I don't know. I love them.
No, I mean, no, dude,
that's fine. Get it.
But he got super low scored. Well, not super, but like pretty lower than I thought he deserved.
Yeah.
An average of 90.7. Both Neo and JLo gave him a 90, and Derek gave him a 92. So, don't know what was going on there. That was probably the best of the night for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we have our top 12.
Oh boy.
So in the juniors, it's
Junior.
Jaxon, Charity and Andres, and Sean and Kaycee. So that being said, let's see how we did in terms of our picks.
Okay.
Good Lord.
So for the upper teams, Justin, you said S rank. Got it. Desi Hoppers did not get it. And Embodiment didn't get it. So 1 for 3 there. 1 for 3, yeah. Eser, you said Poreotics, nailed it.
Nice.
Lock and Lull did not. The Bradas did not. The two Montage teams.
I was hopeful.
Yeah, I know. I was hopeful too. I said Lock and Lull also. I didn't get it. I said S rank also. So I got that. Not Lock and Lull and not Embodiment.
So we all hit
one.
We were all just one.
Dang.
No one anticipated the Ruggeds.
Nope.
For the juniors, Justin, you said Josh and Taylor. Did not hit that. You said Charity on Undress. So you got that one. And you said Madison Brown. I warned you, she was montage.
I know.
Eser, you nailed Charity on Undress. You didn't get Victoria Caban, and you did not get Avery Marcus. For me, I said Sean and Kaycee. Told you. Charity on Undress, I got. But I did not get Victoria Caban.
Russ wins.
He wins that round. I hit all 3 last week.
I hit all 3 last week also.
I lose.
I think in the upper division, I hit all 3.
You did.
Yeah.
But so did I.
Oh, darn it.
And then for the junior teams, you got 2, and I got 2.
Darn. That means you're 1 ahead.
I won 1 ahead.
I lost.
I suck at the guessing.
Now, those are the picks, our picks, and for the shirt winners, for the people who submitted their picks, we actually have 2. 2 people tied.
Ooh,
yeah.
2 winners.
We got to give out 2 shirts now? Come on.
2 shirts.
That's 2 more than we bought.
The first winner.
6 Flags.
2 shirts?
More fun.
6 Flags. First winner is Reddit user Fail Bears.
Great name.
Yeah. I like it.
He picked for the upper Karen and Ricardo, Michael Demeski, Ashley, and Zach. So he nailed that too.
Nice.
The lower, or junior, I guess. The juniors, you got Charity Andres, Jaxon Willard, Sean and Kaycee, nailed all 3.
Hey.
Upper team, he said S rank, Embodiment, and Connection, missed those 2.
Okay.
We were surprised about that as well. Lower team, or junior team, The Lab, Fabulous Sisters, and Expressions. So, did not get that. And then, the other winner just goes by Brit. So, I got to find out more information about you, Brit. If you're watching, I'll be reaching out to both of you after this. She said, for the juniors, Sean and Kaycee, Channing, Dress, and Jackson nailed all 3. The upper, Karen and Ricardo, Michael Demeski, and she said B-Dash and Concrete. So, did not get that. Junior team, The Lab, Fabulous Sisters, and Flip. So, did not get Flip. And then the upper team, S-Rank, Poreotics, and Embodiment. Did not get Embodiment. No one expected the Ruggeds.
Nope.
And no one really should have. So,
Hey.
Surprise.
If you thought the Ruggeds were going to get through, please reach out. Because you are the minority.
Yep. So that's it for this episode. Next episode is the junior finals. Division finals.
Division finals.
Where they pick the top of each division. We actually won't be covering that. We will be on break again. This time it is a scheduled break, the only break we were planning to take.
Yeah.
But we will be back for the finals to review that, so expect a good one there.
Should we dress up for that?
Huh? You want to dress up?
Dress up for the finals?
Wear suits?
Okay.
Just the top
Just
half?
the top. We won't wear the
All right, we can dress up. So, yeah, but we will be releasing a meme, a dance meme, so check out that. Look out for that on our Facebook. Facebook.com/dancefamtv. If you're not really following us, like us on there. So I want to thank you guys for coming by as always. I'm Russ, aka Lock and Robin. I don't know, I'm telling you, you know that.
I've always known that.
I'm Russ, aka Lock and Robin, your host. And as always, we have Justin Cortez. Where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram and Twitter, Wonderfell88. Yes, sir.
And Eser Valencia, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Valcirca and on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah.
Single.
Nice. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for stopping by. If you like everything in her seat, go to dancefam.tv and look at all our other stuff. Follow us on all the Instagrams and the Twitters and the Facebooks. All of those.
We have them all.
That's a plural word.
DanceFamTV on everything. Hashtag the session. Thanks for coming by, guys. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.
Bye-bye.